Good evening, everyone. It's my first time here at Hatru, in Luxembourg, by the way, so I'm quite excited to be here. I arrived last night, and I lost the bus because Ryanair was delayed. So I took Uber, and I forgot my AirPods inside the car, and I checked it this morning, and the AirPods were near to Germany. So it was a nice welcoming here. I'm from Ignacio, Navarro. I'm from Gordo, Argentina, so it's quite far from here. I do some ethical hacking stuff in a free time, and also I work as an application security in an insurance company in Argentina, in a small one. And that one is a Twitter. If you have any question or something, I think we don't have time, but we just have 30 minutes, and I have 150 slides, so let's see how it works. By the way, I love sneakers, and also I make some clothes. I have my sewing machine, so each time that I have some free time, I create some pants, shorts, hoodies, purse, and that type of things. And all sneakers, I have some of them. I don't have more space in my apartment. And it's a small one. What are you going to see today? A little introduction, some tales that I did during the summer in Argentina, like January, February, some essential tools that you can use, different type of disclosures, the impact that could have in different companies and also for our life too, and the ending. And if you are wondering about the name of the talk, yes, it is, basically. So, we can start. A little disclaimer, because the laws here in Argentina are quite different, so maybe some stuff that you're going to see are not completely legal here, so don't do this type of thing at your home. So just take care, it's just educational purpose. We can start with the introduction. What is ethical hacking? So, there's multiple definitions, not just one stuff. For example, Richard Stallman thought that it's try to figure out what is right and what is wrong. ABM says, okay, it's try to hack in a friendly way, don't get any money from that type of things and that type of stuff. Kevin Mitnick says it's just about the permission that you have. Okay, you are allowed to do that type of thing or not. But also I like this one from the Art of Exploitation that tried to figure out the coding and the hacking from more like an artistic way. It is cool. But also now on Twitter it's quite different because you say, no, I do more ethical hacking stuff, so you hate the normal hacking. Or you do the responsible disclosure, so you hate the coordinated one or the false disclosure. I say, no, it's just depend the laws that you have in your country. So, the tales, the gossip. Last year I had a talk, it was called Insert Coin, Hacking Arcade for Fun. It's like a 40-minute talk, so you can find it in GitHub, and also the last recording I think is at BrewCon from last year. Well, basically, it was a company from Argentina, and they had an electronic payment system using arcades, amusement park. They have some APIs and application around, and basically the code was awful. You can get all the customer data, you can charge some money. They have their own debit card, so you can charge some money to the staff, emulate the cards, access to the same price multiple times because they have some race condition around. Was big shit. And also the problem was they were in more than 70 countries, so that's why I presented the talk in 15 countries. In each country they have some customer, maybe here they have some too. But the stuff was, I sent so many emails when I found it, a lot of them, 10 maybe, to the CTO, the CEO, the developers, the security people and the stuff, and no one replied to me. So I presented the talk in Visayas, Colombia. And I received a message because I sent the email to a marketing guy because they are always with the computer. And I got a reply and say, okay, I want to forward to the CTO. And the guy texts me and say, okay, I want to have a meeting with you. I say, okay, but I'm in Colombia right now. I'm going to go to Argentina in 3 months because I have some conferences. I say, no, but we can have the meeting here in Colombia, in Bogota. We're going to send you a car. We're going to meet in some point, and that's it. And I was a little bit worried about it because it was another country or something like that. But it was good. The meeting was really, really cool. And I say, okay, let's work together to try to fix all these type of things. I wrote two reports, one from the API, other for the mobile application. And when I sent it, they stopped to reply to me. They never replied to me, no more answer from that side. But that shit happen all the time, so it's okay. But on September, I presented the talk in BrewCon. And they have a law for coordinated disclosure. So I seen some people from the conference send that stuff, and they start to fix. So it was good. At least it's more secure right now, but they still have some weak points around. But also, when I was writing the talk, I found that they have a new service, like a new payment system for vending machines, and a new it's an application when you can fund some money over there and you can spend it. So I say, okay, I'll take a look about just a small peek. So I opened the website, and the first time that I saw it, they were running over HTTP, no certificates around. I say, okay, it's not that bad. I still look in the website, and they were exposing the Git folder. So basically, I did a clone over there, and they were exposing some secret key, token, private certificates. So it was awful. It was really, really awful. But at least on the description they say, okay, it's improved the revenues, less work for the workers and type of thing, and they never talk about cybersecurity. So it's okay. They were right at a certain point. About the supermarket chain, it was just a random Sunday in Argentina. I was just sitting in my ergonomic chair, and I found like a customer portal because I went to the market. Basically, you can log it in and get some discount. To get your user to your car, it's just a random number over there, and you can get your card, your ID, and your card. Basically, there was an idle, so you can start to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just iterate over the numbers, and you can get all the customers that they have. But this was just the card numbers and the names, so it wasn't so much important data. But at that moment, I say, okay, I need more, give me more. That's only the few points that I put some Britney Spears songs, because when I started writing the talk, I realized that there was not so many Britney Spears songs talking about cybersecurity. So I don't know why. So I keep searching a little bit, and I found they were exposing the webmail server, the round queue. It was kind of updated, so there was not like a public exploit or something like that. But they were exposing the error logs. In the error logs, they were exposing some different stuff from 2021. But all the requests came from the local host, so there was not so much stuff to do over there. But fortunately, we have a header, the X4Water4, and it was pointing some public IP. I scanned the ports on that public IP, and it was an old employee portal on the port 80. So I opened that stuff, and they had the registration enabled. So basically, you can create a new user in that account, in that server. But the users don't have any permissions. So when you try to do something, say, oops, you're not administrator. So I did a scan with the cookies. I need more luck, I say. That's the last stuff that I put up in this thing. I did a scan with the cookies, and they were exposing a lot of different endpoints. There's one where you can see all the users connected to that server with the IP, the name of the user, and the time that he was connected. And at the bottom, it's me over there. And also, they have a text editor when you can create some nodes or something like that. And basically, when you save it, you get an ID, a numeric ID, a sequential ID, without any validation. So we are the same stuff at the beginning. We have a lot of fighters around the stuff, and the people love to hardcode credential over there. We have some FTP, some DVR, some routers, the WordPress credentials, so we can get access to all the system over there too. The FTP, so we can modify all the web server. And also they have some SSH with root permissions. But remember that the old IP that I showed you, they were exposing the MySQL. So we have read and write access to the database. We can see all the employees and data portal, like what they bought, how they pay, with which car, which number of the car. And also we can modify all the prices, so we can just go to the supermarket and get some stuff for free. So at the end of the talk, I'm going to show you the reply from the customer and all the stuff, that type of thing. So about the ticket company, as I told you, I'm from Córdoba, Argentina. It's like in the middle of that place. And I received a message from a cousin inviting me to some rave party, some techno party. But I'm not so much into the stuff. I like more local stuff. So there's two things that we love in Argentina. One stuff is the Fernet con Coca-Cola. Fernet is an Italian liquor, but we mix it with Coca-Cola, and it tastes awesome, by the way. Really, really cool. And the other thing is the local music. It's called Cuarteto. Cuarteto is like a salsa, but the bass is a little bit more faster, I think. Or it's a little bit different, but it's almost the same as salsa. You can dance it the same way. So I'm not so much into raves. But my cousin say, no, but this is going to be in a lake, in the middle of Córdoba, in the middle of the hills. So I say, I want to go to that place. So I bought my ticket, and I found that the API, you have another idle where you can see all the users over there. But also, if you can change the method to get to put, you can modify some fields with the same token. It was a JWT, so it was not just a random token. But you cannot change your permissions, so you cannot get administrator access. But we know that all the admin, in most of the cases, are the number one. So we can just change the email of the admin, the number one, for just some random webhook, and reset the password, and the admin never going to get some email say, hey, this is you or not. So basically, we can just reset the password and get access to all the administrator portal. We can see all the money that they got. We can get all the user data, how they pay, create new tickets, transfer those tickets too. But it wasn't just techno. I mean, this was software as a service. So when I report the stuff, they say, no, but this one is not our system. We pay for this system. So I take a look from the big company, and it was a really big one with more than 20,000 events, a lot of different tickets, more than 1 million tickets, more million users. So it was more big than what I thought. About the transport company, more riders. I just was chilling, and I bought a ticket, and they had access to all the different bookings that they have. So, but what about the free rides? I mean, if we got access, maybe we can get some stuff around the stuff. Basically, when you generate the booking, you ask to the payment platform for get you a token to an ID, and then you send the post data with the credit card number, the last three numbers of the card and the stuff, and then validate the transaction. But there was no tampering about the stuff. So basically, when you send the post, you can see the transaction amount that you want. So basically, if you can change it to 5, and the order is approved, and then you check your debit card statement, and you just have 1 cent, and you get some free rides around all Argentina. The e-commerce platform, it was like an internal test that we were doing. My company asked for doing the stuff, and I found a lot of the log files with some credentials, some GAs file with the request data and the stuff, and some comment string. For example, this one say this one is not working. This one was a production environment. But there was one interesting one, and it was WS Consume, and it was like the login, the authentication, but also the encryption for the password too. So when you send at the beginning you get a pre-login to check if the user exists or not. Then if it exists, it sends the password to get encrypted, and you do the regular login with encrypted password. But when you do the pre-login, you send the ID number, and it returns you some. It wasn't a JSON, but you get some data. But the most interesting one was this string. It looks like a base 64, but I checked that it was similar than the password. So I tried the normal login with that string that the pre-login gave me, and it was okay. I mean, when you do the pre-login to check if the user exists, it returns you the password, encrypted, but the password. So basically, you don't need to guess the password, some brute force or something like that. Just get the ID number, and that's it. And when I present this stuff to the CTO, they say I had been reporting stuff for like 2 weeks because we use that system in the company, and also it was used for airlines and that type of things. And I say, no, but that's a really old endpoint. We don't use that stuff anymore. And I say, no, but it's still working. I mean, if you want, I have some POC for you. I say, okay, yeah, sure, let's run it. I do a little bit of thing to get the ID number of the CTO, and I log it into the CTO account during the meeting, and I saw that they were getting, so we can skip that part. And I saw that he was getting like $1,000, $2,000 per month just in gift card from just random accounts. And the guy just opened the eyes like this big, and it was fixed like in 2 days. So I think he's still working there. I hope so. And if it's not, it wasn't my fault. About Essential, if you play some CTF, do some red teaming stuff, bug bounty, that type of thing, you know those tools. So it's just a little screen. I don't know how much time we have, to be honest. 45. Oh, we're okay. Well, those are some tools. In Map Shootout, for the domains, I use DNS and AMSO Finder. You can use Nuclei and Nick to check the technology of the website. This one is just for web application. Some Caído stuff for the proxy. I used to use Burp, but now I moved to Caído because I think it's a little bit faster. I don't know. For the Discover, you have the stuff too. Gao, Gaymore, DeerSearch, GitDumper, etc. You have all the links over there, but also I'm going to publish a slide maybe today, tomorrow. Who knows? The common mistakes. Sometimes when we're doing a pen testing or red teaming stuff, we think that it's like a testing environment, but it is not. It's just a production one, so just take care about that thing. If we put some shell or something like that, delete the stuff later, the pen testing and report the stuff, because it's not good to have a web shell, just a reverse backdoor over there. The outations, because some stuff are just hosted in some shitty cloud, in some shitty server or something like that. And the legal mistake, because if they catch you in the middle, what do you want to say? No, I was editing and hacking stuff. I mean, I use my IP and something because I just want to set the stuff and that's it. But in some cases, you can have some problem. I mean, I was doing like this stuff for the uni when I was 18, 19. And they catch me. I was writing the report, and I tried to log it in to get some more information to put it on the mail. And my account was blocked. So I got banned from the uni for like 5 months. I couldn't take any exam or something like that. And then the people from the legal told me, no, you are stealing money from the government, something like that. And then they sent the case to the system department. And they say, no, he wasn't doing something bad. He had the report and something else. So they closed the stuff. And I was able to take the exam, but it's been like 4 months without I can do anything. So just take care about this type of things. Type of disclosures. Full is when you just go public and that's it. Private, when you just go to the company and never disclose type of things. Responsible, when you talk with the company and say, okay, we have this amount of time, I'm doing this stuff in a good way. But after 5 months, 6 months, when we set the time, I want to disclose these type of things. And coordinated, that you have a lot of type of things here in Luxembourg. I want to talk about the stuff later. And also you have bug bounty. It's not type of disclosure, but it's like a program. You have this one, BDP. I'm not so much in bug bounty. I don't like it, to be honest. But it's your way. You can do whatever you want later. So, about the coordinated, it's run by third parties. It could be by the government, like CC Belgium, or the law in Netherlands. And also there's a law in Chile. Chile, I think, is the only one in Latin America that have that type of law. And also it's just for Chilean citizens. You cannot report anything from other countries. And also I think the Belgium too. That was the one that the other people just reported stuff from the other talk, from the Asian coin. And what about here? I did a little research, talked with some people, and they told me about the circle, this one, and the GovCert loop. What I understand, the GovCert is just for the government application, that type of things. And the circle could be any other website or server or company in Luxembourg. So that's really cool. I mean, I think it's only the few ones that have that type of stuff here in Europe. I present this talk in Italy, and they don't have any of that stuff. I also present also in Sweden and all Naters. So that's really cool. Try to have that type of program or that type of program from the government that could help us. Because on the side, we can report the stuff to different private companies. You have SSC Disclosure, Zero Day Initiative, that they are running the Pound to Own in Ireland right now. But that's some few. And also, when you report some stuff to the private stuff, just try to take some care. Because maybe it's just a zero-day explode broker, so it's not a coordinated disclosure company. The importance for the staff is just keep the data safe. I mean, when I report something, it's something that I hacked because that I use it. It's not like a bug bounty stuff. The arcades, I found it when I was playing with the staff. Some years ago, I reported some stuff to some IP from Argentina because it's the IP that I have in my home. And growth for the security community, I think this type of presentation, like the one that we have during the whole day, is really important for improve the communication between the hacker and the company. Because if they watching us like the bad people, it's quite hard to try to explain with them what we found and how they can fix it. And how to report to the companies. This is what I report. This is how I do that. There's many other options to do that. In my case, I just keep it simple because there's not coordinated disclosure, so I just send the email to the company and directly, and that's it. And in most cases, the people who receive the email is not like a tech person, it's just a marketing one or human resources or something like that, so keep it simple. Put who you are, where you are, some LinkedIn or GitHub so they can check your work, and a little description about the vulnerability. And always I say, okay, if you need some help to fix it, just text me. Maybe we can maybe we can do something together. I'm not asking you for money, just want to keep it safe. I asked it to some friends too. For example, El Mago is a friend from Argentina, and he's running the bug bounty village at the Copari in Argentina. And I asked him, okay, what do you do in those type of cases? I say, no, I just work in bug bounty. But if I found something not in active search, I found some people that I know, maybe they know something from the organization or the company to help to report those type of things. And I presented this talk in NorthSec in the conference in Canada. And he found they were exposed in the Git folder too. So I forward the email to the guys, and they fixed it just in 2 hours. Also, I asked to Mauro Heldrich, a friend from Argentina. He's living in Chile, but he's FreeSD maintainer. He did some private disclosure, but in some cases he just went public because the company didn't care about this type of thing. So they have some CBS around. So it's not just private or full disclosure. You can do a little bit of each stuff, but if you had a chance to do it coordinated and in a safe way for everyone, that's better, I think. And also, if you're doing some type of research and you found something, do a double check. Check is that not a false positive, because if not, we have something like this later. So just take care about what you're reporting. The impact. But you can get some feedback from the company. That's really cool, but if there's a feedback, because if you do the type of things, in the 90% of the case, you're never going to get anything from them. You can get some swag, some stuff. For example, at the conference, they gave me some stuff. So they gave me some swag for Remao. But also, for example, this one is from the ticket company. They say, okay, we are a really small group, so we don't have a security area, but we are interested to get some courses or some trainings about cybersecurity for the whole team. So that's really cool, because they're taking it in a good way, not some lawyers or something like that in the middle. And the personal crowd, I didn't know what I should put here, because when I started to write the talk, each type that I put over there, it seems like the crypto row who want to sell you some course to be your own boss or something like that, personal agreement or something. So I think it's a little bit of each one. I mean, you can learn a lot of different type of things. You can present your material in different conference and something like that. For example, now I'm just traveling for like 2 months in different conference while I am working, because you don't get money for the research and that type of thing. But if you're working remotely, so you can use the same stuff and just traveling. I mean, I had been in Italy till yesterday for NoHat. On Friday, I'm going to go to Thailand for SASCON. So it's really cool. And also you can watch a lot of different really nice talk, that the same that we have here today. So it is really cool. I don't know, if you're looking for work, that's really helpful too. I mean, when I'm working now at the insurance company, I don't have any interview or something like that. I say, hey, we got your talk, and we like your research. So we want you on the team, and that's it. And for the ending, I think we're okay. For the ending, when I was writing the talk, I found that this year is the 25th anniversary of Oops, I Did It Again. That was cool. I wasn't planning, but it was cool. And go hack some stuff, go hack some shit, always in an ethical way, obviously. But I think if we are not curious now, then when? I mean, is it time, I think? Be patient, because when you report something, you're never going to get... maybe you get some, but it's not the typical case. Touch is good, but don't touch some grass. I mean, don't spend your whole night just hacking some stuff and that type of thing. I mean, the picture of the hacker on the basement with the black hoodie is not that true. I mean, we are people. We need some interact. I think the mental health and the human being is more important than get some money from around. So just take it more chill. If someone sends some report to you, pay a little bit of attention. We are not talking about money. We are talking about to make it a little bit more safety. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ignacio. Any question?
If not, I have any question, or
oh, yes.
I'll be around. Out there.
I will come. Wait for the microphone.
Thank you. First of all, amazing presentation. So I saw your exploit for the transport thing. Did you try negative amount by any chance?
No. I mean, I tried, but it wasn't working. But from the arcade from the last year, there was a place where you can manage the bookings, because you can rent the arcade or the amusement park to have some company events or something like that, and you can tip. And if you tip negative, you get some money from there. But that's
Other questions?
if not, I'll be around during the conference, so you can just...
Anyway, as Italian, I don't like Fernet Branca with Coca-Cola, but okay. No questions? Okay, so thank you, Ignacio.
Thank you.